Hi Libra, welcome to your August 2021 Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant signs. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign, Libra, this is for you, and I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they speak to you. With that said, if you are a continued subby, you know I love you for it. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and this resonates, hit that subscribe button. Remember, these are general readings, so not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your actions and interactions with the world at large, what is happening for you, my dear Librans? I don't know why I'm forgetting the sign. What's going on there? All right, so for your actions this month, you have the 10 of Pentacles. Very focused on the home at this moment, but usually the 10 of Pentacles is a great card for money, finances and resources, but it very often speaks to and of your actual home. So the fact that you've got this in your actions and options means that you are very focused on your money, but you're also very focused on the home. This is all of the practical elements of life are coming up for review this month. This is where you're really paying attention to what needs to be done and what is actually required at the home. For some of you, this could literally be as plain and simple as like doing some DIY. For some of you, this could be changing something structurally to the home. For others, this could literally just be building new plans. So it looks like you're going to have opportunities to get ahead financially this month, but you're having to really put a solid plan in place. So don't be surprised if you find yourself having those kinds of conversations this month. Don't be surprised if those things or those areas of your life demand more of your attention and your attention and time. So wow, all right, for your money and materials, check this out. You've got the Lady Venus, the Empress, in your money and materials. So in this deck, it's actually called the Earth Mother. Look at that. I love this deck. It's just so beautiful. It really speaks to my soul, because I am a, witchy woo-woo. So you've got the Empress, right? Now, when it comes to your money, materials, your finances, this means ease. It means harmony. This is the Lady Venus. This is your ruling energy. So the fact that you have the Empress card, money is going to be good this month. Money is going to be easier this month. It does feel like there's an ease up or a sense that things are really starting to move for you in a lot of ways. Now, remember, the Empress is it's not a fast energy. There's nothing hurried about it. The 10 of Pentacles is like one of the slowest cards because it's like one of the last Pentacles cards. So there's nothing here, like if you're expecting just absolute, windfalls and money to fall from the sky, it's probably not going to happen. If you're expecting absolute big chunks of money to come overnight, probably not going to happen. This is building solid financial stability or security that comes over time in response to the plans and the structures that you put in. But the Empress is beautiful. This could be connecting with or to women in some way, shape or form that could help you get ahead. This could be a friend, it could be a colleague, it could be a peer, it could be a family member. With the 10 of Pentacles in close proximity, it will be somebody that is relatively very close to you. Now, that doesn't have to mean proximity. It just means somebody that you're tight with, somebody that you're close to. An opportunity could come through a friend, all of that kind of stuff. Now, when it comes to finances, again, you've got the 10 of Pentacles right next to the Empress. That is beautifying the home. That is making the best out of what you have on that material plane. This could be making your money go further, but it could just as easily be making your space more inviting, more, lush, plush, all of that kind of stuff, more beautiful. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, the Empress card is gorgeous for health, because because it always sees you being or feeling into that picture of health kind of energy. I love this. With the Empress card though, there is a tendency to go overboard because it can represent things like vanity, but it could just as easily represent gluttony. So you might find this month maybe you spend a bit too much on the home. That's very possible. You might just be feeling myself. You know, you might be like that this month and everyone's like, oh, okay. But that's great. You know, sometimes when you're in that energy, you actually attract some of the best and most wonderful things to yourself. So if you're feeling your own self, get on with it, right? Like, get on board with it. Don't let anyone bring you down. They can't take your shine, girl. Sorry, I'm just being a dork at this point. All right, for your we talked about home, we talked about health, we talked about money. Great. So for your communications and conversations, you have the Magician card. I mean, this is just a stellar month for you, which is amazing. I love this, right? So the Magician card, yes, it's communication and, you know, literary pursuits, etc. But it's also us reaching the height of our game. This month, there's a chance for you to get ahead. There's a chance for something that you put out to be noticed or acknowledged for the amazing thing that it is. One of the things that Librans have been through over probably the last sort of 2 years, there hasn't been a great deal of recognition for all the hard work and effort that you guys have put in. And I feel like this year, certainly as we get into the latter part of the year as well, there's going to be more of that. Like, it's, you know, you're going to come into more of that energy. Now, with the Magician card, remember this is in your communications and conversations. So one of the things that I will say to you, this could be a really good month to appeal to the boss if you want a raise. This could be a really good time to put the feelers out on that book that you finished. This could be a great time to launch a blog. This would be a really good time to check in with an architect or somebody that, do you know what I mean, like is going to help you with the structure of your home and all of that kind of stuff. It is the Magician card, so one of the things that you do need to consider with this energy, it very often is, it can be the trickster, right? So you just want to make sure that whatever you're putting out, it's going to somebody that you really trust. If you're asking someone to do something on your behalf or present something on your behalf, you just need to be sure that they're going to do that. Now, for your love or your heart and hearth sector, you've got the Eight of Wands, right? So this is distant communication that comes in. For some of you, this could be literally meeting somebody online, somebody that lives at a distance from you. The funny thing is though, I get the feeling that if you're single and you are connecting with somebody, you might sort of get talking to them and realize that they actually don't live that far away. So it's like they don't live sort of, you know, the next street over, but you might realize, oh, you know, that's literally just the town over the road, or do you know what I mean? Like, there's a sense that they're actually closer to you than you might think. You've got this next to the Magician card, so I would say that this is someone that you're bonding over something that you're either very good at or something that you are really interested in, or maybe something in, you know, the work sphere as well, which is great. You couple that with the Magician card for those of you that are partnered in relationships, in marriages. This is really nice. I get the feeling that there's some sort of recognition here that, you know what, we've maybe been on the rocks for a while and actually I'm ready to smooth that over. It could just as easily be that one of you is considering going back to school in some way, shape or form, and there's a lot of support here. It's like whichever one of you wants to go back to studies, it's like the partner's saying to you, yeah, you know what, do it. I think this is going to be good for you. I think it's going to be great. And then finally, this would be a really good time for those of you that are couples, for those of you that are newly seeing somebody. This would be a really good month to go and have some downtime, and in a place or a space that tends to be a bit more rural. All right, so for your first week of the month, you have the Star card. It's upside down. You have the Star card coupled with the Ten of Pentacles. I love this card, not just because I'm an Aquarius, but I love this card because it always says to us that the easier times are coming, and it gives you an idea of how things are going to shape up. You couple this then with the Ten of Pentacles. This could be bringing some sort of new technology into the home. You could be upgrading the home in some way, shape or form. For those of you that have had internet challenges and or issues this month, you get them sorted, especially here in the first week. I feel like things in terms of that actually could move for you quicker than you'd hoped. Also, if there have been any sort of familial ties or rifts, this first week of the month, you could see that sort of being quelled or quashed, which is great. So for your second week of the month, you've got the High Priestess card, which is beautiful. The High Priestess with the Empress, it's deep sensuality, like really deep sensuality. So this month, you know, I joked about saying, you know, you're going to be feeling yourself this month. You really could, and you could find that you are feeling more attractive. You could find that you're feeling more mysterious. You've got like a swagger in your walk and all the rest of it. It could just as easily be as well, because you've got the Ten of Pentacles here. This could be something that you're working on behind the scenes to bring more money into your life or more abundance. But it could just as easily be plans that you're making with the home that you haven't yet spoken to anybody about. I don't know, I think the second week of the month is actually going to be quite nice. I've got nothing here that makes me go like, ooh, I'm worried about that. So for, he says, for your third week of the month, of course, you got the Death card, and it's right underneath the Magician or the Witch in this deck. What this suggests to me is, and you've got the High Priestess right next to the Death card, if you have time, energy, resources, and you are in that place, the second or third week would be a really good time to check in with a psychic or a medium, specifically a medium. And you've got the Witch card there, or the Magician card. You couple this with the Death card. This, I mean, you know, on a... I'm not going to say that. Excuse me, I had to really think about it. I was like, am I going down this school of thought? No, I'm not. It's just, I know a lot of people are not ready for what I was going to say. So what I will say is this would be a really good month for you to check in with people that you know, your spiritual friends, your spiritual community. This would be a really good week to consider. I mean, this is right under the Magician card as well. On the wider world stage, we might need to consider that we're about to lose somebody that means a lot to a lot of people. This could be a prominent figure. I don't feel that it's a politician, but for some reason that word comes to mind. So I wonder, I feel like it's more likely to be a celebrity. And with these cards, it's very likely that the person is going to be not young, but like relatively young. I think it's kind of like, you know, you remember when Brittany Murphy passed, like everyone was like, oh my gosh, she was like only 30 years old. That's really young by today's standards still, you know. Like, I know a lot of maybe younger people are like, ew, 30 is always young. But it is. For your wrong deck, Raph, for your fourth week of the month, all over the place this month, of course, you've got the Empress card again. So you've got a double hit of this Empress energy, and I think this is really nice because it suggests that there's growth and abundance in all of your ideas and your endeavors. It suggests that the seeds that you plant this month are absolutely yielding brilliant results. It really, for me, I kind of get this feeling that you can't really lose this month. Like, even with the Death card there, that's likely to be a conversation that shuts down an avenue for you that will make you kind of go like, okay, cool, that actually leaves me free to do this and this. It's like whatever is being released or let go of, it actually opens up the path for more great things for you to come, because it's like you've got more time, energy and resources to put into the things that are actually working well. That Empress card underneath the Eight of Wands, there's just, I mean, that's a very, very natural setting, probably a very beautiful setting as well. So for those of you, like I said, that are in partnerships or relationships, travel with your partner to a really rural place, even if it's just a day trip. Getting out into the natural world, a place of true natural beauty, will be cleansing for the soul. Now you couple this with the I have to say as well, the celebrity passing, or, you know, prominent figure passing, it's likely to be a woman. We've got two hits of the Empress, universal significator of women. You've got the High Priestess there as well. Again, universal significator of women. This is a lot of feminine energy, so just something to be aware of. All right. And then for those of you that are single, I just get the feeling that this person is closer to home than you realize, but they're not like one street over. So you could get talking to somebody on the internet, and, you know, or, you know, on an app or whatever, and then realize that they're actually not that far away. Before you know it, you're meeting up, which is great. So for your new moon for August, you have the Gate, 18 and Perfection. Now, as your sign is one of the ones that's prone to kind of look for it, this card very often reminds us that perfection is actually relative. Just like they say beauty is in the eye of the beholder, perfection is going to be different to everybody else. And so this asks you to find what your own approximation of perfect is, and realize that there is fault or imperfection in that, and that is part of what it makes it perfect. So this new moon is asking you to get really clear and serious on where maybe you're a bit too harsh, or maybe you're a bit too judgmental, and that includes with yourself, you know, not just everything or everyone outside of yourself. And your full moon message is the Gate 61 and Inner Truth. I love this card, right? I love all of these cards. They're just it's a beautiful deck. One of the things with the Inner Truth card, the full moon that's taking place in the sign of Aquarius, is really trying to show you what you actually think about, what you really put your time, energy and effort into, and more importantly, what your own inner truth actually is, like what it really means to you to delve into and dig into and live in your own power. This full moon, I think, is going to really highlight that to you, but in like a fun sort of heartfelt way. I think this could be, maybe even the full moon is helping you get back to a time where things were actually simpler for you. I like this month a lot. Like, even with that Death card, there's just a simplicity here, and an honesty and an openness, and I think that's going to be wonderful. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.